Imagine a world where the grid is gone, the cities are dark, and the only thing standing between you and starvation is 20 acres of land, a well-stocked pantry, and an unshakable will to survive. You are part of a tight-knit community that has turned a rural homestead into a fortress of self-sufficiency. But in a powerless world, peace is a luxury you can't afford. Welcome to 20 Acres, the 155th gritty, tactical, and hyper-realistic installment in Joey Wells' EMP Survival in a Powerless World series. If you love detailed prepper logistics, homestead defense strategies, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated thrill of building a new society from the ashes of the old, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in survival fiction, blending the visceral terror of a lawless wasteland with the profound satisfaction of hard work and community resilience. The narrative kicks off with the protagonist managing the daily rhythms of life on the farm, tending crops, maintaining security perimeters, and training new recruits, only to be interrupted by a threat that tests their defenses like never before. The atmosphere is thick with the smell of turned earth, the hum of solar generators, and the creeping dread of knowing that every stranger on the horizon could be a raider, a refugee, or a spy. Wells excels at capturing the psychological toll of constant vigilance, making every harvest, every fortified gate, and every tense negotiation feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is the loss of everything they've built. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its uncompromising commitment to tactical realism and the spectacular homestead defense trope. This isn't just about shooting intruders, it's about managing resources, optimizing agricultural output, and using the terrain to outsmart enemies who have superior numbers but lack discipline. Watching the protagonist reverse engineer enemy tactics, forge alliances with neighboring survivors, and completely shock arrogant warlords with humanity's stubborn refusal to quit is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the survival mechanics to life, making the crunch of boots on gravel, the sharp crack of a rifle, and the heavy silence of a world without power feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of 20 Acres lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't an invincible killer. They are a deeply human individual, struggling with the moral weight of protecting a community that looks to them for guidance. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable loyalty to the small group of survivors they manage to protect, a found family bound by shared trauma and the hope of a better future. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations by a campfire feel just as impactful as the explosive, chaotic firefights on the perimeter. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, organized raider gang targets the homestead, forcing the community into a desperate, high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's will to survive is stronger than the darkness. 20 Acres is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. Joey Wells has crafted a masterstone book that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivor. The world ended in a blackout, but their fight for tomorrow is just beginning.